Hello, friends. Today I'm going to tell you something that might completely change the way you look at so-called healthy food. We're going to talk about 3 popular fruits that many men, especially after the age of 60, eat almost every day, without realizing they could be lowering testosterone and raising estrogen levels. Yes, you heard that right. Even natural, sweet, delicious fruits can work against your hormonal health. Why does this matter? Testosterone is not just a hormone for muscle or sex drive. It's the foundation of your energy, stamina, mood, mental clarity, muscle mass, and even heart health. As we age, testosterone levels naturally decline, but certain dietary habits can accelerate this process. And these 3 fruits are a perfect example. The first one we need to talk about is the banana. Bananas are, without a doubt, a convenient and tasty food. They provide potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6, but there's another side to them. Bananas are high in fructose, a natural sugar. When we consume too much fructose, the body responds with higher insulin levels. Constantly high insulin can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding properly to insulin. The result? More fat, especially around the belly. And belly fat is not just a cosmetic issue. It's an active tissue that produces an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. That means the more belly fat you have, the less testosterone and the more estrogen in your body. But it doesn't stop there. Bananas also contain certain enzymes that can lower dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, one of the most active forms of testosterone, responsible for strength, stamina, and sexual function. So here's the paradox. You eat a banana thinking it's super healthy, but over time it can quietly undermine your hormonal foundation. Of course, I'm not saying you should never eat a banana again, but if you start every day with 2 or 3 bananas, it might be time to rethink that habit. A better choice would be berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, which are packed with antioxidants but much lower in sugar. The second fruit, grapes, especially red seedless grapes. Many people love them for their sweet taste and convenience, but seedless varieties can be the worst for men's hormonal balance. Grape seeds contain beneficial polyphenols that help offset some of the sugar and phytoestrogens. But when you eat only the pulp, you get more sugar and more phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. A male body is not designed for high estrogen levels. When estrogen gets too high, the effects can include lower muscle mass, more fat storage, reduced libido, and sometimes even gynecomastia, enlargement of male breast tissue. In younger men, the body may be able to compensate, but after 60, when testosterone is already lower, grapes can become a silent enemy. Again, grapes are not poison, but if you want to keep your strength and vitality, choose varieties with seeds. Eat them in smaller amounts, and pair them with protein or healthy fats to slow down sugar absorption. And the third fruit we have to talk about, pineapple. Pineapple is the tropical symbol of summer and vacation. It's juicy, aromatic, rich in vitamin C, manganese, and bromelain, an enzyme that aids digestion. Sounds perfect, right? Well, there's a catch. Pineapple has a very high glycemic index. This means that after eating it, your blood sugar rises quickly. Your body responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to clear the sugar from your blood. But if these sugar spikes happen often, you end up with, you guessed it, insulin resistance. And as we've already discussed, insulin resistance leads directly to more belly fat, more aromatase, and less testosterone. There's more. Pineapple juice, often seen as a healthy alternative to soda, is actually worse. It has no fiber to slow sugar absorption, but it's loaded with fructose that floods your bloodstream immediately. If you love pineapple, have it less often, in smaller portions, and preferably with a protein-rich meal, or swap it for lower GI fruits like kiwi or grapefruit. If you love pineapple, have it less often, in smaller portions, and preferably with a protein-rich meal, or swap it for lower GI fruits like kiwi or grapefruit. So, what should you do if you really like these fruits? First, reduce the frequency and quantity. No need to cut them out forever. Just make them an occasional treat instead of a daily habit. Second, avoid eating them on an empty stomach. Combine them with protein or healthy fats like nuts or plain yogurt. Third, keep an eye on your blood sugar and get your hormone profile checked regularly. And finally, remember that testosterone health depends not only on food, but also on physical activity, quality sleep, stress levels, and overall body composition. Let's sum it up. Bananas, seedless grapes, and pineapple are not villains by themselves, but they can quietly undermine your testosterone levels, especially after 60, if you control how much you eat and combine them wisely with other foods. You can keep your energy, strength, and confidence for years to come. So, take a look at your diet today. Small changes now can lead to big results tomorrow. And remember, your health is in your hands.